That was me trying to do Star Wars. Alright, so on my wall I have a bulletin board, and today I'm gonna do my review, and I'm gonna tally it out to see what I do think about it. A while back, I don't think I have these. Actually, I do have them up, most of them up. I did a review of the original trilogy, and I did Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I think those reviews are horrible now, and they're highly bad because I didn't really think about that much. I just want to do reviews, and I probably will redo them in the future. Not right now because I have better video ideas, but because I did those, and I'm pretty sure I have some of those up. I know I have the Last Jedi one, which is really outdated. That's why I have outdated in the title. If you don't, before I talk about this film, I'm going to talk about what I think of Star Wars overall. If you asked me when I first saw these films, I said, these things blow the prequels away. I don't know what people, those films suck. Nowadays, I would say these sequel films are way worse than the prequels, and I have a newfound appreciation of the prequels. Not the fan mess. I think that film is still bad, but I like Attack of the Clones and actually really enjoy Revenge of the Sith. The original trilogies, I never changed my opinion on those. Those are always going to be great films. So how did The Rise of Skywalker, how did it wrap up the trilogy? Well, let's just say that Return of the Jedi is pretty much where you should end. However, before I get to my overall thoughts, I'm going to talk about each individual aspect so you can see what I thought of. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, which is a misleading title, to say the least. Story, I got my thing out. There's an eraser on top, but we gotta get this. Well, I'm going to give this story, give that a big fat 2. Pretty bad story. If it's anything that's the worst in this film, it's the story. I have 3 categories for this film. If you couldn't tell, story, action, characters, and action. Story and characters is the most important thing. But if I had a third thing, for Star Wars at least, I think it'll have to be action, because effects, I mean, they're usually going to be good, but really what happens is what you do with those effects. That's what action really is. A story is it's really rushed, and yeah, The Last Jedi really messed up this film quite a bit from its potential. Bringing back the Emperor is a horrible idea. You mean, it just ruins Darth Vader's whole entire arc, who's also my favorite character, so that's one of the biggest problems of this film. It's the Emperor, just in context, he's cool in the film, but doesn't really do anything that cool, to be honest, so. There's not a lot, too many MacGuffins. I'm not going to talk about the characters involved in the story, but like a lot of them just don't do that much. We'll have to wait to talk about the characters in the next section here. But overall, the story it's a huge mess, and then it kind of makes sense coming from the guy who wrote Batman v Superman. It has the same weird pacing as that film. Characters, I give a 6. This is the most I liked most of the sequel characters, because I didn't really care for them that much in the other films, even though some of them are done terribly. At least I have Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2. R2-D2 is barely in the film, so go fuck yourself, Disney, for that. You C-3PO, same old droid you like. Chewbacca is the only character I really root for, which is sad. I don't mind Poe or Finn. There's kind of background characters that don't really do much. I can't stand Rey and her just like bland character that's just a really bad version of Luke. They try to give her something in this film, but it still falls flat on his face. Leia just feels weird to be in the film. At least they fixed Luke's character a little bit, even though it's just very rushed with his scene. One of the reasons why I have characters a 6, because I really like Kylo Ren. I've actually liked him the whole trilogy, even if he is a little wishy-washy. He's the one thing I actually could like. Maybe because he's a Skywalker, maybe that's why I like him. Also, Han Solo's back. It's kind of dumb, but hey. I also gotta give it to the Emperor. And some of the new characters, I like them, except for that one. I was in the Stormtrooper girl. I don't even remember her name. Was kind of like just there. But yeah, I actually kind of like the new characters. I can't remember their names. The girl and the thing. The other one, not the black girl, because I'm racist. Yeah, that's it. Action. Is a huge mixed bag. Some of the space battles work a ship, I guess. They are a little broken. The lightsaber battles are pretty weak, but then again, they have been this whole trilogy. It's not as bad as The Last Jedi's throne room, or in lack of lightsaber fights. But just space battles in general, 6. The choreography is still pretty weak. Like they're not even like it seems. It's not like they're like just like. It's not like the original trilogy where they had like, did a lot less hits rather than the prequels have like a lot of things going on. The real trilogy, you believe they're still fighting. In this film, you just like, well, they feel like they're just like really bad at fighting. Like what the hell? Especially Rey, she's always been horrible, especially in these lightsaber fights. So yeah, 6. Overall, what would I give it? Well, it's gonna be a 6. I liked moments of the film, just more than I could say for the other films, which I really just because a lot of the things I liked they did were just from the original films. People say The Last Jedi is original. No, it's not. It's The Empire Strikes Back, but worse. So like The Force Awakens was a huge ripoff of the original film. This film isn't really a ripoff of The Return of the Jedi, but it is a huge ripoff of a one film. And I'm going to spell it out for you with one hand. I guess I got to switch hands because I can't write my left. This is really, it's really hard. You can't figure that out. That's Endgame. Avengers Endgame. Huge ripoff of that. It's the most enjoyable film. It's probably might be one of the worst films in the series. I actually, no, probably not. There's a lot of stuff going on in it, but when I was watching it, I was entertained. If I turned my mind off, like I did with Attack of Clones, turn it off, yeah. It's more competent than The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi, which had like less going on, but just like worse. Like that film was horrible. If you want to know, what's the worst Star Wars film to me? Well, I was deciding this yesterday, and I realized, well, it's not any of the sequel films. Well, it kind of is a Disney film. It's Solo. Solo's the worst Star Wars film. The worst prequel film is Phantom Menace. That's second worst. That's Last Jedi. Those are the horrible ones. And everything else, I guess, I can tolerate. Not really The Force Awakens, really. I don't really care for that film. It kind of got worse and worse the more I think about it. But yeah, I could probably watch this film if I turn my mind off, just watch it. If you have epilepsy, don't watch it because you'll probably have a seizure while watching this film. So that's my sarcastic take on this film. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you, I guess, a week later because I'm going to be away for a while. See you then.